Okay, meeting comes to order of the Cemetery Commission, Lakeville, 10:04, Tuesday morning, February 13th, 2018. And here's the meeting notice. And all members present?
No guests.
No guests present? And reading of the minutes. Before we do that, Fred, did you get the budget I sent you?
Wasn't there yesterday. I didn't look this morning.
You got it though, right?
I got it.
Well, I sent it to you, Fred, so you probably,
Well, I did not look at anything past probably 10 o'clock yesterday. My son was just diagnosed with a brain tumor.
oh,
I have not done a done thing past roughly 10
Well,
o'clock
sorry to hear that.
yesterday.
sorry to hear that,
I
buddy.
am going to have, he is going to have a biopsy this morning to find out whether it was cancerous or not.
Okay, that's
And then
the budget, Fred.
Go and see what's going on with it.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
So, quite frankly, I don't give a damn.
You don't give a damn about the
About
budget?
anything that happens.
No, I understand that. It's,
Yesterday.
yeah,
Obviously, I care about the work we're doing, but I have to put everything on
yeah.
hold temporarily.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll take over that budget portion of it just to let you know what's happening here.
I mean about missing documents and things like that.
Okay.
And I still do my work, but,
All right, what I like about the budget is that apparently, I see here that we have brought in $27,404.72 in the year 2017. I think that's a pretty good accomplishment.
That's great.
I'm sorry, what is that?
The last page, $27,404.72.
That seems like off.
And right now, we have available to us $10,037.54. So if you want to write that down, you see it on that second page, Fred?
Yeah.
You have a second page there?
No,
No.
sorry, I was still reading. that.
Okay, but anyways, I didn't send you, you didn't print out?
Yeah, I see it in the general fund.
$10,037.54. That's what we have available. And a third page, the total income that we generated was $27,404.72. So we are in good shape right at this moment. We had a carryover last year of $1,400. I believe that was that right?
That's about right.
Okay, so we had a carryover. I didn't realize they carried over.
They do, depending on which fund they carried over from. I know it's a little odd, but yeah, they do.
So are we going to anticipate if we don't spend money in the fiscal year, it's carried over to the next year?
Yeah, as you can see, there's different balances. It all depends on which fund it comes out of. So right now, we can probably anticipate carryover because it's, the monies is out of the general fund, so that would carry over.
But if we use it, of course, we've used it, so there's
If
no
we
money
use it, we
carry over.
use it.
Okay.
Don't ever expect
Yes, yes.
that if we had $10,000 that we'd carry it over. They would
use
take
it.
If it were
some
that
of it.
much, yeah.
They
Okay.
would take some of it.
Good, thank you. I was wondering about that myself. Minutes of the last meeting?
The January 9th meeting was carried out in the Lakeville Local History Room. Members present, Commissioners Upham, Beal, and Morton. There were no guests. The minutes of the October 10th, 2017 meeting were read and approved. There were no meetings in November and December. Old business, Phoebe Turner's grave at Thompson Hill is collapsing. We will consult with Chris Reed to see if he can use his machine to stack the 3 slabs, tabled until spring, when we can see if it is possible to put new blocks underneath to maintain the look of this grave. We have no proposals from Southeast Fence for any of our pending projects. Fred will contact them to check this. New business, check Halford Cemetery to see if any fences are down. We need to get a proposal to widen the entrance gate at Haskins Cemetery to make it more accessible for burials. We need to look into infrared ground penetration for the front of Strobridge Cemetery. Ken Linden visited with the cemetery with several Wampanoags, and they believe that there are Native Americans buried there. We need to contact a company from New Hampshire that does this and find out how much it would cost. There was a discussion regarding an increase in fees for burials. They have not been raised since 2002. Tabled until the next meeting so that we can find out what other towns charge. Rita has asked for our annual budget proposal. We currently get $13,000. Decision tabled until next meeting. The meeting was adjourned at 10:57 a.m. The next meeting will be February 13th, 2018 at 10 a.m.
Thank you. Any questions? Motion?
No, I second the,
Motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting?
Second.
Old business to be carried forward. I did check, and Fred, you checked too, on the infrared ground penetration.
right.
You want to discuss what you did, and then I'll discuss what I did?
Well, I found a company in
Right.
Boston. And basically, what I was, basically, there aren't a lot of companies around. I did find a company in Boston. When they do it, if they find something, they mark the grave, where the grave is, so that when we went back, we would know, we wouldn't be guessing if we went to bury somebody again. Basically a half day's work is like $800.
800?
800.
To do how much?
To do basically an acre of land.
That would cover that.
An acre?
So that would definitely do that. We don't have more than an acre there.
No, there's
I mean,
not.
Basically, but I have, I was hoping you could send me roughly, if you could just roughly the
300 by
area.
300 yards.
How much?
300 by 300
Okay.
square. All we're going to do is the front of it. We're not going to worry about the back, because I am
Right.
very sure
Okay.
that in the front, we're going to find probably remains of something, maybe not, remains of anyone, but I'm sure we're going to find artifacts there.
Okay. They also were telling me, and it also goes by time, like if half day,
Right.
a half day would be like $800 if, they could do it in a half day. A full day is like
Well, it depends what they
16.
find, I suppose.
Or-
If they haven't found a lot, then there's a lot
Depends
to
on how-
mark.
If there's a lot to mark, it's
Right,
gonna take them longer.
Exactly.
If it took them a full day, it'd be like $1,600. but if they were finding nothing, they'd just be blowing through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause they-
I'm sorry, I gotta correct myself. I said 300, I meant 150 and 150. 150 yard square,
So you want the absolute front.
huh?
You want the absolute front, right at the gate area.
You wanna go measure it one day? Before you call them and give them a figure? I can go
Yeah.
measure it, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I can meet you there.
All right, let's do that.
That's
And
no
then you
problem.
can follow up on it
That's no
and
problem.
get a firm price from them.
But like I was just mentioning, it's, if they find something and they're gonna keep marking,
It's gonna take them
it's
longer.
gonna
Yeah.
take them longer. So it's really more time-driven
Yeah.
than it is space. But space is a part of it because if they find, in a space, if they found a whole bunch of bodies and they have to keep marking, that's gonna work into
It's much more time consuming.
the money. you know.
I went into the
But the idea of marking it makes absolute sense,
Oh, it
Yeah.
does.
because that way we don't have to keep going back and wondering if we
Where
can
somebody is, right. It'll be
put
on-
somebody in there. And does that make sense to you, Ken?
It does.
Okay.
I went to the library, and I know nothing about ground penetration other than GPR sends waves into the ground.
Right.
And so what happens is, if you look at the topo, not the topo, but if you look below the topo surface of the earth that you're checking, well, say this is the earth here, the waves come back into fashions like this. And to read this is very, very difficult. So generally, they use this GPS stuff for lines. Say, a line would be like this, and then it would mark it on that idea. So if there was a conduit of some kind, you'd see the wave generated on that conduit. You wouldn't see the conduit itself, but you would see the wave of it. So the interpretation of this is very, very difficult.
I mean, the tighter the waves, the tighter the waves, it means there's something there.
Right.
The
And
other thing,
we're looking for vacancy. We want to know if this area is open, where a body was. But in our case, we have a problem, because we're looking at, in all probability, natives that were buried here without coffins, without vaults, just in dirt.
well, let's face it, that's not our problem. What I'm saying is, we know there may be bodies
Yeah.
there, but they'd be decomposed, and
Absolutely.
and we're gonna be burying or
And that's good,
And-
because
and
if
that's
it shows,
fine.
yeah, if it shows nothing, then that's good.
That's good.
That's what we want, yeah.
Do you know if it will show, if there were bodies buried there that are decomposed, it
No.
will show nothing?
It
won't
would show
It will show-
particles. It would show particles of
Right.
things. But will that particle show the silhouette of a previous body?
Exactly, probably not
Almost
at this point.
impossible.
Probably not.
Impossible at this point.
It's gonna be soil.
Yeah.
Right,
Now, the other thing is, Massachusetts general laws allow us, as a cemetery commission, to bury in a previously buried, grave, if you would, if it's over 75 years.
And I mean, let's face it, Ken, when the Indians buried there, that's past 75
I know.
years ago.
it is, it is.
You know? That's why I'm wondering if we should even worry about this at all.
And the Indians, I mean, God bless them. We want to respect them,
Right.
but the most we could ever do is put a,
Monument,
A memorial
Monument
there,
there.
yeah.
you know, I mean,
yeah,
we could make that motion, when we get to that point,
right.
make that motion and do that, but that would be the most we could do. And the only other point I'd make is that when I was speaking with the gentleman who would be more than likely Mr. Johnson, would more than likely be the gentleman to come out and do the survey. This is a national company. It's one company that's offices all over the country, but I was speaking with one of them from the Boston area, and he was telling me that we're better off, that it works best. They do a lot of cemeteries, not surprising, but it works best. They get best results when they do it in cooler rather than in warmer weather. I don't know the science behind that, but he was just telling me that as this for our information. Something behind the science. I wasn't going to get a science lesson. I'm sure I would have understood it, but again, you know.
Well, I was looking at buying a book, and just the book, so $100 some odd up to $1,000 on ground penetration.
It's a big science.
Yeah.
Like I say, I wasn't going to get into it.
Yeah. Let me throw another wrench into things. Is there any chance there were Quakers buried there?
Yeah, sure.
But there's no markers.
But they would have some sort of, what do you call it, box.
Yes, they would, but they wouldn't have any markers.
And it would
No markers.
So, but you would be able to tell
but
from
we'd
the
be able
ground
to tell
penetrating
from the
if,
ground
right,
penetrating.
exactly.
Right. So that's where his marking it would be a benefit,
Right.
so that we would know. We would know to stay
Okay,
away.
let's, as far as Fred's side is concerned, why don't we go down, measure exactly what we're going to do, and then you follow up. You know, we give,
I would suggest that we, no later than the next meeting, make a
well, let's, yeah,
commitment. Because, again, only because he was telling me that we get the best results
in cooler weather.
in cooler weather.
Okay, let's not worry about the next meeting for it then. Why don't we take the measurements, if we all agree with this, take the measurements, and then call him and say, look, these are the measurements. And can we put a figure on it? Say no more than $2,000?
Oh, it should be, yeah, 2,000 would be a day's work.
Yeah. What do you think, Joan?
I think
And
that,
give them approval now to say 2,000.
right.
Anything under that, that's fine.
Okay, I think that's a great idea.
We have to have it done. Right? And so you'll be able
I
to...
think we need to have it done.
Yeah.
Because of our concern mainly if there was a Quaker village nearby that buried there. We're not that worried about others. We're not completely not worried that there could be something else, someone else.
Right.
But
Okay, so that's my motion. Let's give Fred the ability to have $2,000 approved for the survey.
Infrared.
And he and I, or you, whatever the case may be, will go out this week, whatever day is good for anybody, and we'll measure it and give you that information, and you can go forward.
well, I mean, I can get out there someday this week.
I have that big, long tape in the truck, so. I'm pretty sure it's 150 by 150, but let's hold that figure until we measure it exactly. So, okay, we have a motion on that?
Right.
I have the motion. Do you have a second on it?
I second.
Fred?
Yeah.
All approved?
Yeah, I approve. Yeah, the most.
Okay, what I did
second most.
is, in addition to what you're doing, I'm looking at the other side of the coin saying, okay, these companies are going to charge us X numbers of dollars. So what about us buying it outright? Well, we can do that. Here's what one looks like.
Yeah, I saw them priced in. The thing
Now,
is-
this one, $10,000 used.
Wow.
And this one here, same basic thing, with the wheels and everything, for $3,500. The problem is, can we justify spending this amount of money? Are we going to be using it continuously, or what?
I would make a motion that we put it as a item,
Future consideration?
no, that we submit it as a capital request,
Oh, to capital expenditures.
as a capital expenditure. And that we don't have to buy it as a new one. But anything over, I think it's 10,000, becomes a capital expenditure. And we just keep it. We always could use one. We get a lot of open areas
We do have a lot of open
in our
areas.
cemeteries. And it's not that we couldn't use one. I don't disagree with your thought, but I don't think we should buy one for this particular,
Right.
because it's
I'm
gonna...
thinking too that couldn't the town use one for their roads, the highway department?
I don't know, you'd have to talk to...
Well, that's something, let's.
So they could use it maybe for pipes
Yeah.
and wires?
Right. So maybe we could split the cost. Or maybe they could buy it outright, you know,
And we could use it.
and we could use it. So let me follow up with that to, let me just run it by Rita and see what the selectmen may say on that one. In fact, we're gonna be having a meeting with the selectmen,
Well, I
so,
talked with Jeremy first. Well, we could, if we meet with the selectmen, we could talk to them.
Right.
Uh,
well, Jeremy's no longer there,
But I
so,
talked to Jeremy.
Jeremy's gone.
He's gone, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jeremy's gone, so is, who's this, who's
I think we don't have one yet.
Jeremy's right-hand guy?
It was Bonnie, but Bonnie's gone too.
Bonnie's gone too.
No, they can hire me for Jeremy's job.
I don't know. Okay, so let's do that. We'll just hold that off, we'll table that.
I'm only, they,
I didn't get an approval for the library sign door. Did you give me that approval before? The sign door for the library here?
Oh, for when we have our meetings?
Yeah.
I didn't think about it, but I
You
can
want me to
gin
call?
one up in a second.
Want me to call Wayne and have him make up a sign for us?
And just a small sign that
Small
says we're
sign.
going, that we're
Yeah.
meeting
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock in the local history room.
Yeah, meeting in progress type thing, meeting in
Oh,
progress,
Wayne,
cemetery
Wayne,
commission.
Wayne, who's Wayne?
On the door to the,
No,
Conference.
I remember now that we talked about it, but
Yeah.
who's Wayne?
the what?
Who's Wayne?
Wayne Kingsley, the sign maker.
You're
He does
thinking
all that
about
stuff.
a more,
Yeah,
Is a cemetery commission meeting in progress?
right. And something that attaches to the door, it won't, that's a glass door, I'm pretty sure there, so
Yeah, it is.
we need suction cups or something to put it on with. Okay, do I have that approval to call Wayne?
Yes.
Okay, approved.
yes,
Budget for 2018,
I don't know, what did you submit it already?
yeah, 13,000,
Same as always.
yeah. Well, Fred increased it. He increased
Yeah,
it
I had
from,
increased it last year.
Last
you
year.
increased it
Last-
from, yeah, so you increased it from 10 to 13.
Yeah.
So we're fine with that, okay? Same thing?
Yes.
Okay, now-
The only thing that'll play at all is if we decide to do something with this and we don't do it with the highway department, then this will be submitted as a separate line item to be submitted as a capital item.
Well, again, we're gonna go back, we have a meeting with the
Well,
selectmen.
I know, you meeting with selectmen.
You know what I'm gonna do, though? I think, rather than
but
show
it-
them
it
one
still
photograph,
would be submitted
yeah,
as a...
rather than show them one photograph,
Yeah.
we have to have a
nothing wrong with
definite
this.
price before we walk in there and
Right.
show them what we're going to get for this definite price.
No, that's exactly how you do it. But
Yeah.
I'm just, it would still be submitted as a separate
Right.
line item.
They may come up with something and say, hey, here's, go for it, we'll pay for it. You know?
No, it still has to be submitted
Right,
as a...
yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying what they're gonna tell us to do.
Okay, this is a biggie. This one here, cemetery fees. I'm gonna give you each one of these and we'll go over it slowly.
So,
You know me, I don't like to raise prices for anything. But in our day and age, after 10 years, we need to do something because we are so far behind. I went to 5 cemeteries. New Bedford Catholic Cemeteries, handles all New Bedford area, St. Mary's, Sacred Heart, and so on, St. John's. I went to the town of Freetown, went to Cedar Knoll.
Where's that?
Cedar Knoll Cemetery is Taunton.
Okay.
And the Central Cemetery Association, which is this whole area, and the Mascot Hill Cemetery, and the Cushing Cemetery. So I wanted to be fair and identify what I thought would be fine for us in Lakeville. So as you see, it's starting up on the top, the graves, it says Graves, Graves. Fred,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
where it says graves,
Yeah, I see it.
I took all the prices of all the cemeteries, what they're charging. I divided by 5.
To get an average.
Came out with an average of $810. So you see the single grave on our price list, I made that 800. And I did the same thing for each one of them. So openings, I increased to 850 with now a Saturday, we never had a Saturday edition, the Saturday edition, everybody charges a Saturday as additional fee. So I put that as 200, which Chris said that would be a fair one, because that's what he charges.
For what? For, I'm sorry, what was
Openings,
that last?
openings, full burial.
Openings.
It was 650, we're going up 200, and then we're gonna go up 200 more for Saturday burials. The grave liner, we do not play around or handle grave liners because it's too much involvement. We let the funeral director do that. So that's by the funeral director. We don't have an outside vault, so we're gonna take that off our list. Cremation grave, I increased the price to $350. A cremation grave double, I increased the price to $500, only $50 a piece. Why? And not more? It's simple. On a cremation grave, all you're talking about is 12 by 12.
Right, a small square.
It's a little small square, and I think anybody that gets $300 for that, I would do it for that. So I don't want to raise it anymore, but it has to be consistent with what we're doing on raising prices. Cremation burials, I left it at 300 because I think that's fair.
I think that's fair.
The grave liner, again, is contract. But nobody is using a cremation grave liner. So probably we should take that out of there, I guess.
I think you could.
Yeah. Let's take that out. Where's my pen?
What's that?
Huh. The cremation grave liner, we don't put them in?
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah,
So
no,
I'm just gonna
I
take-
didn't even know why we had it there.
Yeah, I'm going to take it out.
I mean, if somebody wanted one.
Right, I can do it.
It's really.
It's a cement block with a hole in the middle,
Yeah,
and you put the box inside that.
right.
That's your liner. The columbarium, we never did do anything in columbarium.
Yeah, we don't have one.
We don't have one. We were thinking about it in previous commissions to get one. They're about $20,000, and it holds a couple hundred niches in there, but we're not doing it.
Actually, it'd be easier if we had one.
Yeah, well, we had discussed it before to get one and
Yeah,
put it up
but
in precinct
We've never
cemetery.
had a request.
No.
No.
Saturday supplement by 10:30 a.m. is $200. And why 10:30? Because most all the masses are 10 o'clock, and you know what time the mass is going to be done, so most all the funerals are done before the 10:30 time frame. We don't have to really put the 10:30, why don't I just take that out? Saturday supplement, let's just put $200.
Right.
And then
Just take out by 10:30.
Yeah, and then Saturday supplement cremations is 100. No on a columbarium, that's out. Perpetual care per entombment, I increased that. Single grave is going to be 400. A double grave is increased to 600. Cremation grave is increased to 200, and a double cremation grave is up to 300, that's $50 more. So all perpetual care must be paid in full at time of purchase of the plot, that has not changed. Anything you see you would like to add or take away, or?
I mean, I think the increases are all very fair. They're not very big, but I think we needed to do it.
As you see, we're still below other people.
Right.
I mean, there's three ahead of us, 850, 950, and 910, 810, so we're still below.
So I think we need to make a new sheet and then make a date to go to the selectmen and present these new fees.
Right. Yep.
Well, they meet at least twice a month, so it's not hard to get a date.
Right, it's not. I think we meet twice a month.
To see them. My only question, it's just a question, only because it's a little confusing to me. Why did they ever decide on $92 a square foot for foundations? I mean,
Because,
it's just such an odd
yeah,
number.
well, it's the same thing that happened with what I just did now. We took all the different cemeteries,
Oh, and you
divided
just
it, and it came out with
that.
92.
I mean, it seems like.
Some people charge,
Like it would be like $100.
195 or 100 or 90,
Yeah,
but not
yeah,
92.
yeah, like-
yeah. But
Like
some people,
even, yeah.
some people charge 100.
Some easy to charge, yeah, yeah. you
Some
know.
charge 150.
Yeah.
So that's what it came out to,
That's the
92.
only thing
You
Yeah,
want to
seems like a
increase
funny-
the,
I'm not complaining about the number, but I would have just
You want
said
to increase it
an
to
even 100
95,
and then,
95 and make it a rounded number?
you know.
I don't care. We've increased everything else. You want to increase the foundations?
It's not that I'm complaining about the price. I was just wondering where the price came from. I mean,
I mean, everybody else has that's one thing I didn't check was the foundations.
yeah,
So we could, to be fair, we could make it 100 even.
should make it, I have no problem going with the
100?
100?
100 even. I mean, It's the only one we would do any real work for.
Yep. Okay, 100 is. Okay, what is your pleasure on this one?
I think that's it.
Huh?
I think it's very, I think they're all fair.
I can make a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the new fees
Bring it to
and
the
bring and
select-
present them to the selectmen at their meeting for their approval.
I second it.
Okay, motion passed. We will do that. I'll call Rita. We'll set up a meeting with the selectmen. And we'll give them a year-end notice too of what we've done the whole year. Okay, the projects. 9 projects. What are we gonna do on this? Fred, do you have the southeast fence one for Stetson Street?
Yes, I do. I apologize for not getting it copied. Like I say, all hell broke loose in my family yesterday. And I'm sure it's going to be a few more weeks before things settle down. What they are proposing is to remove the brackets and install 1x6 hardwood rails to existing granite posts, 2 rails, and the total cost, which is close to what I had assumed, at $4,590.
I think I'd like to wait and see what the proposal is for precinct, so we know how much money we have before we start approving all these other,
Well, this one,
Project.
this one is 2 years old now. I mean, we started this one last year, waiting to get a
Your
proposal.
total figure is 4,500, right? 4,590?
4590, so
Yeah.
we're talking $4,600.
Okay, we've already expended 2,000 on approval this morning, so it leaves us with 8, right?
No, 2,000, what do we?
for the GPR.
Oh, for the GPR, yes.
I don't think we
did.
should get ahead of ourselves at this
Yeah.
point.
And
You want
that
table?
gives us,
Fred, can you go by southeast fence on the way home
yep,
and pick up that precinct?
yep, I'll do that.
Okay, so what we'll do is
I think we should table this until next month.
we'll table this one to see how much that southeast fence comes in at.
Okay, we can wait 1 more month. But I really would like to get some rails started on that.
Yeah, I would too.
on that. As you know, we have nothing on there. And this one, like I say, this
been
one was
pending.
started last year.
Can I use this 1 second?
Hey,
If you want to keep, oh, you already got it.
I have this one.
You already got it.
Do you want this one back?
It's the same one.
That's for you.
Okay,
No, that's this one.
yep, that's that one.
So, and this, of course, would be the first one that we're going to be doing with the hardwood rails instead of,
Instead of the rods.
excuse me. Sorry. Hello? Yes, speaking.
So what we looked at yesterday,
Yes, I'll be
Was
there.
going up the
You
middle
too, bye.
and across the front to the corner.
Right.
And I told him where to stop at the back. He wanted to stop
Right,
about,
right here. Right, so you're gonna come.
just shy of the wall,
Right,
yeah. And I told him, he wanted to know if he wanted to put a section up this way. I said,
no,
no. Because there's one section of white panel going up that way. I said, don't bother with that.
right.
Yeah, that's road bridge you're looking at?
No. Okay, we're set on the last one.
Yeah.
Fred, you went with me one time to Pierce Cemetery.
Yeah,
You remember? All the way back in the woods?
yeah. Where is
To
it?
bring you up to speed on that,
Yeah,
Nancy? No, it's not Nancy. Comcom.
Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy. Nancy Yates is the Comcom representative. And the railroad is going through there for that new line going into Fall River.
Right,
Pierce Cemetery has only an access over the railroad track.
right.
So we're there day before yesterday, was it? Or when?
Saturday.
Saturday. And the owner of the house that we generally go by to get into the cemetery, he told us he has a meeting this week with Comcom in Boston. They're taking his house. And they're taking 7 other houses along that railroad way
On that side of the road.
on that side. So I sent you Nancy Yates's meeting with Comcom, where they said they were reviewing it, and they were thinking of a pedestrian access bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna work. A pedestrian access bridge cannot work for us because we can't get any heavy equipment over to the cemetery to maintain it.
Because the guy who lives there now is maintaining it, but he'll be gone.
Right,
And he's on the other side of the tracks.
So right now, we don't know what's gonna happen as far as the future is gonna be concerned, but we do know the railroad is going in there. They're gonna take those houses down. We need an access to the cemetery. So, in thinking about that, that's all protected land all around that cemetery. Is bird sanctuary, is wetlands.
It's Audubon.
And it's Audubon, yeah. So, there's 3 trees that fell down. The guy that we contracted with took them all down for us. He cut them up and so on. He still has some more work to do. Precinct Cemetery, I'm sure, is gonna cost us a few bucks to separate Precinct between Thompson Hill and Precinct, the old way it used to be. So look at Pierce Cemetery. It's all posts and rods. And it looks like this. It's completely enclosed with posts and rods. Some of the rods are bent, but all the posts are there. I would like to take all the posts from the sides, this all woods. No one can get in there because it's all wetlands all around here. Take all the posts that are here and the rails, leave the front, finish that so it's perfect, and then move them to Precinct Cemetery in the old way it used to be for this year. And then worry about Thompson Hill next year. So we have the old cemetery the way it's supposed to be with the post and the rails, and take that plastic fencing and sell it, and put that money back into the town.
Yeah, John said that we should take care of the plastic fence ourselves because he really couldn't help us.
I figured. But I'm sure that we can sell that plastic fence with no problem whatsoever. How much we get for it, I don't know. But the idea is to get these posts and rails to go here, because we'll save ourselves probably $3,000 if we did that. You follow me?
yeah.
So what do you think of that idea? Now, who we're gonna contract to do this? I called Chris. Chris said he'd do this for us with some help. I haven't got a price from him yet, because I have to take him out there and show him what the project entails.
You agreed to separating Precinct and Thompson.
Well, that's how it
Yes.
was. I'm just going back to the original configuration.
Well, last year when I wanted to do it, you disagreed.
No, you
because-
wanted to put a, you wanted to
No,
pave.
I also wanted to put the fence because
You
I
have
got
that
a
in your
quote
minutes?
on it.
You have that in a minute?
I got a quote on it,
I have the quote,
yeah.
$9,445 for the
Right.
separator fence.
The
And for the,
separator
and for the entire,
It's
project
separate.
was, one was 33,000 and one was 25,000.
Oh, I wasn't here. I
That's
wasn't.
right, it was 20, it
Well,
was,
I want-
Korea Custom
because,
Fence was 33,000, and
Yeah, 'cause I already had
Southeast
the-
Fence
I
was
already had
24,
the
to
quote.
do the entire thing, and then 9440 something for
And
the
then
divider
I had
fence.
the divider fence, yeah, so I had them separate quote.
So,
I didn't wanna, I had them as separate quotes, the front and then the separator.
I wasn't here when that happened.
And I had the separator.
That must have been when I was in the
Fences.
hospital, right?
But you said it was an historical problem.
Right.
We found in the minutes that the Historical Commission had agreed to let it happen.
That's not, no, I'm not talking about disagreement with the front. The front was never a problem. It was the
The divider fence.
divider, right?
We found in minutes that someone, this is before I was on the commission, that the Historical Commission had been approached, and they agreed that
Oh,
it could
right,
happen,
because
so.
I asked you, I said.
Were you on the
before we do
commission
it-
at that point? I wasn't on it.
What's that? No,
The Historical Commission had agreed
no,
to a,
no, I wasn't on it then. That has to be 15-plus years ago. Okay, this is showing, I see it here. I wasn't here, I was in the hospital, May 5th. They're saying 29 sections of granite posts with steel rod for $9,000. I can cut that probably,
Well, anyways, I'll stop by and get his quote. He may have.
I can cut this down.
You never know, he may have lowered his price.
Yeah, I can cut this down probably 75% by using my idea for First Cemetery.
And I'll try and scan it to you. One way or the other, I'll get you the price.
Let's see if he changes the price, huh?
let's see if he changes the
Because-
Like I
price.
say, hey, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they change the price. Because when I talked to him about it, he said, you know, I already did this. I said,
Oh,
I said, I got nothing to do. All right, well, we'll, one way or the other, it doesn't matter right now. It just matters that if we are gonna do it, that we have the money to do it. But if it's 10,000, that's gonna wipe out every penny we have.
well, that's why I'm saying,
It
Matter of
is,
fact, that's too close.
that's really close.
that's why I'm saying that if you give me the approval to do Pierce,
Because if you're talking 10,000 balance, we're not gonna be able to do the
Ward,
ward. I mean, not ward, we're not gonna be able to do Strobridge either.
that's right.
And if we're comfortable not doing Strobridge, then that's fine. But if we're not comfortable, then we gotta then we gotta decide on that.
well, what I have in front of you right now, let's not get away from the fact, we already did Strobridge, that's already, yeah.
If you know what I mean, if we're not.
Yeah, but-
You gotta let me know before I call and say,
Strobridge is fine. All we gotta do is go
Okay.
get the measurements. Strobridge
Okay.
is in,
okay.
we already voted, we approved
That's
it.
no problem.
But what about Pierce? That's what we're talking about now on Pierce. I can get, I'm sure that we can get Chris to do this for $2,000. Take all this and move it to precinct.
I think we need to find out how many granite posts we need for precinct and see how many good granite posts we can get from Pierce.
Right.
And then go on from there. But I think we need to find out first how many granite posts we need for the divider fence at
Well,
precinct.
I can get 20 out of here, I'm sure. That's what I counted when I
And
was out
the
there.
other estimate was 29?
29. So we need 9 more. And the 9 more, I know a company in Fall River that has the old post like we have. But whatever. Even if we just had enough to do, he's saying 29 to do the whole thing. He's saying 29 to do everything from the
divide-
back to here. I'm just worried about this side
That's all I'm
first.
worried about,
No, I have plenty.
right.
I have enough from Pierce to do that.
I mean, I would like to see old posts as the divider fence because it's the oldest cemetery in town.
Right.
So I think to
But
use
we-
the old posts for the divider fence would be the way to go.
Yep.
And then worry about the front.
The thing would be, I would only caution, not your idea, Ken, your idea is great. But pulling out those old posts, I'm willing to bet some of those posts aren't gonna come out
In one piece,
in
Right.
one piece.
I
Right.
guarantee it too.
yeah.
And
Yep.
and I'm not trying to.
No,
play
you're absolutely correct,
the bad
because
boy, I'm just,
no matter how careful he's gonna be,
Especially
someone must-
Something's gonna
Since-
break.
especially since we know that's a lot of wetland back
Yeah.
there. You know there's gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
rock to the bottom of those posts.
So I make a motion that you go out with Chris and have him look at the job. And see what he
Give us
thinks,
a
get a
price.
price from him for how much it would cost.
Okay.
And also see who he can get to help him with the job.
He's going to take his own people.
He's gonna take his own people.
Yeah. Okay, the motion on the table is that we get Chris to visit the cemetery, give us a quote on removing these from Pierce and installing them at precinct, one side. And if we do have extras, then we start doing the front. Or if not, we don't have enough for the front, then store these at the highway department until we get enough posts to finish it.
I think we also need to contact John at Southeast Fence and tell him we're gonna have our own posts for the center, because that will change. Well, it won't really change his estimate, because he's gonna give us a price for the center divider.
We just go back to him after and say, hey, we have these posts already installed.
What he said yesterday, the problem would be getting those posts into the middle of the cemetery for the divider, because there are already graves in there.
I
So
know.
the problem will be how to get
His equipment,
any equipment in there over the graves that are in precinct to the middle by Thompson Hill, without disturbing graves in the cemetery and making a terrible mess.
Well, that's when it comes down to beaver.
yeah, and we know.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
And
it's the
Chris
issue
goes,
we have.
Chris goes all over that cemetery, so I have no problem about him able to do it. Now, the other thing is, the highway department has the borer on that little machine. So they can get around any place. And we can use the highway department to make the holes if necessary. And Chris just install the posts. Okay, so the motion is on the table. Get Chris to go out there, look at it, give us a price. Fred?
I have no, yes.
Okay, motion approved.
I agree. I'm only concerned that once we start it, we're gonna be in the middle of a much larger project that is that we're gonna have to fund through the next year.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying. I'm not against the project, but I think it's gonna be where we're gonna have to project the fund in through the next year.
through the next year.
And I'm not sure that the 13,000 we funded for next year is going to be adequate.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
This Korea Custom, he was 500 less than Southeast Fence for the whole job,
Right.
right?
Yep. So, in other words, that's a real price that we're looking at.
Okay, we'll go from- Okay, downloading files. I am now working on Clark Cemetery, which is a slow progress. Veteran Cemetery is all in on computer. And it's just slow, as you imagine.
Yeah, it's slow, but I have to commend you for your efforts.
Yeah.
It's difficult, but I can see the information in there. When I get a working computer, I gotta buy a new system. I'm waiting for one that's coming out later this year. When I buy my next one, it's going to be the last one before I die.
Yeah.
You planning to die?
I'm hoping. Wishful thinking.
Any suggestions on downloading the files? We discussed at one time, we go take the computer to the, but we don't
I
have a
still
conference
think-
room now.
I still think we could
And we don't have a
bring it
conference room.
here and take a meeting, maybe have a second meeting a month or something.
And just work on that.
Or every other meeting and just do that. So,
We're
one way or
moving
another,
forward.
and
How
the
about,
three of us
how about
work
some
on it.
young person to do it?
Same thing. I mean, we fund somebody out of our funds.
Right.
There's all sorts of ways we can do it. I can go back and talk to Rita. She was saying she might be able to free up.
Yeah, she said after town meeting, she would be able to free up someone to do that work for us.
She is somebody who just does data input for her, and she might be able to free up somebody
That would be ideal.
to do that.
And she did say after town meeting, she would have someone who would have the time to do it.
Right.
In the spring, last spring. So
spring.
maybe we'd contact her
Right.
again and see if she has that person still available.
Right. If not, I can work with her, see how we can.
Try to fund somebody to do it.
Find funds to get somebody.
You don't
to
know
help
anybody,
us
do you?
I don't.
Young person? What about to the high school, someone that's in computers or something, say
Maybe.
last year senior or something that wants a few bucks?
Maybe, that might be a place to look.
Well, you know who to go to is Old Colony. They probably got
Old Colony.
They probably got somebody in the boat program that's
A
working
computer
with
whiz who can
computers and
probably just
doing,
zip it right in.
Yeah, who's doing.
I like Rita's idea first.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
well,
do.
I'd go to read.
They're right there.
Right there.
I mean,
The
if you
file is
want,
right there.
I can't do it today. Today I'm gonna go,
Why
I'll
don't you
stop
go,
off so you can. but
She can do it.
Okay.
You wanna talk to Rita?
You talk
okay.
to Rita?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had promised after,
Tell her what we have and that we've done with the veteran cemetery, but we're finding it more difficult to find time with all these things coming up now. Summer.
To get more downloading done.
Yeah. And we'll supply the computer. The program's already on it.
Right, the program's on it, right?
on it, yep, Ken would supply the initial training
Right.
since he's
okay.
already
Yeah.
done it. Sorry to volunteer you, but you got the best knowledge, since you already done
Yeah,
so many.
Okay,
I can do that. Okay, going to see Rita?
yep.
Anything else do we have?
And if not, I wouldn't mind going to the Oak and
That's a good idea.
seeing what we can do.
That would be a good idea.
I'll use my Professor Emeritus status.
So there be no further action?
I make a motion that we go home.
Okay.
The next meeting is going to be,
The 13th, I believe.
which
That's
is,
right.
14th of
March is just like February.
okay,
Yeah.
13th of March,
March, yeah.
same time, same place. Meeting adjourned,
What's your official time, sir?
official time, 10 o'clock. Meeting adjourned, 11:05 a.m.